We will begin the self-image release reflection practice. If you'd like to take some more time with some of these questions and actually write them down, then you can do the self-image release journaling exercise, which will give you a chance to actually see the questions and answer them in your own time. For this practice, I will be going through the series of questions and statements for you to listen to and reflect upon. You can either be in a comfortable seated position, or you can be lying down in a supportive, restorative pose of your choice. Let's begin. What are the characteristics of who you are as a person? What do you think people would say about you if someone asked them what you were like? Are there people you have encountered in life who may not have such a high image of you? Maybe someone you quarreled with or someone you butted heads with for whatever reason. As you reflect upon these traits of yourself, can you notice that they are just fleeting thoughts about yourself? Thoughts reflecting how you have acted in the past. Can you imagine slipping into the person's shoes who may not have a high image of you and see what they see in you or may have seen in you in the past? Have you noticed your own negative thoughts about other people and how transient they can be? When these thoughts are not in your awareness, they are long forgotten, and then out of the blue they can come into your awareness and bring up fresh feelings and emotions still attached to whatever may have happened in the past. And you may get wrapped up in this emotion and negativity for no reason whatsoever except that you happened to remember. Can you see yourself limiting that person in some way when you have negative thoughts about them based on the past? Are you able to see past their ego self-image to the brother or sister that you share your true nature with, your true image of perfect love, joy, and peace created by God in His image? Can you do this? Can you see past their ego? Or does your ego have such a hold on you, wanting you to feel special and separate, that you cannot let your ego guard down long enough to see this person in their true nature? Can you let your ego guard down long enough to extend love to this person? If not, can you then understand other people's difficulties sometimes in letting go of a particular negative image about you? Wouldn't you want these people to be able to look past whatever happened in the past and give you the freedom of seeing you clearly in this moment, not limited by the past, by a past experience that could indelibly mark a person's self-image for the rest of their lives? Can you truly let go of negative thoughts and images of other people? Can you wholeheartedly offer up freedom to all of your brothers and sisters to see them clearly in this moment as their true self, same as you, not their ego, and not burdened by the limitations placed on them for their past? As you take those limitations off your brother, you take them off of yourself. For you are he, and he is you. What about expectations you have placed on yourself for this life of yours? Are there expectations in this life that you have not met, that you cannot let go of? That you still hold yourself accountable for not accomplishing? Are there expectations that you have met in this life that have not filled you up the way you thought they would with happiness and joy? Are there expectations you have placed on others in your life that they have or have not met, and in turn caused you to appreciate them more or appreciate them less? This is all of the ego mindset. These expectations are all based on a self-image you are trying to build or keep that is not the real you. A self-image you have of others that they are expected to keep up in a certain way in order to keep your love and respect. Is love supposed to be so transient that we can take it away from others who don't keep up their self-image according to our expectations? You have been taught all your life to identify with this self-image of yourself and make it the best it can possibly be. Can you see how this has brought you to misery in some cases? Can you see how identifying yourself with your false self, a self that can in a moment's notice be seen by you as worthy of love and in the next moment be seen by you as worthless and worthy of nothing, is not going to work to bring you true peace, true love, and true joy, the kind God intends for us? Do you think this is the real us as God created us in His image? If God is perfect, then how can this be the real us in all its ugliness and misery and false joy and pride? If God is love, then how can it be given and taken away in a moment's notice? The truth is, it can't. God made us perfectly in His image. There is a place inside all of us in which we know this truth. There is a place inside all of us untouched, untormented by the ego mind and all of its tricks to make us identify ourselves with it. There is a place inside all of us that rests in perfect peace in the truth of who we really are. This is the place where our higher self, our true self, resides, untouched by false self-images based on limitations and expectations, false pride, and limited joy. Allow yourself to see your own self-image with clarity and begin to release any attachment you may have to this image of yourself. Start small. And as you continue with this practice and continue to learn to distinguish between your false self and true self, you will be able to more easily let silly limitations and expectations you have of yourself and others to no longer rule the way you live, the way you treat yourself, and the way you treat others. When we begin to live from our true self, we begin to see peace, love, and joy everywhere we look. We begin to move through life with extraordinary lightness and joy. We begin to hear the call of God's voice in every moment, willing us to live in His image of peace, love, and joy, and extending this to all of our brothers and sisters. And in so doing, extending this to ourselves as well. A Course in Miracles says, you need to hear the truth about yourself as frequently as possible, because your mind is so preoccupied with false self-images. This is not your tiny, solitary voice that tells you this. This is the voice for God, reminding you of your Father and of yourself. This is the voice of truth, replacing everything that the ego tells you about yourself with the simple truth about the Son of God. You are created by love like itself. Namaste. The light in me is the light in you. Namaste.